saħħalsulhom il-fjuwil. Ara ġie.
Wara ftit ġranet kellna rebbieħ ieħor fil-logħba tagħna kontra 30 sekonda bil-maqlub. Suqu fuq ir-riserva xejdu le mhix se tieqaf.
Il-ġimgħa d-dieħla nkunu fuq pompa tal-enemed oħra nagħtu xi ħaġa oħra.
Welcome to the next episode. Not episode, we're not a TV show here. But yeah, let's call it an episode. Justin and Adrian, we're here to discuss some more information coming up, especially an event coming up next month. But first of all, we start with the GT3 Masters, fueled by Enemed, where we launched the results of round 3 Edgy Sports are with 86 points, and Singularity Racing with 84 points, followed by ACR, Avid Chronic Racing with 83 points. So you can see the points are still very closed, which already half of the championship is already done. So 3 more rounds left, and yet we cannot say who's the winner.
Sure not. It's quite close. Definitely, it's gonna be an interesting rounds coming up. You know what I mean? It's like that's the nice of having a championship so close. You know, it's not like finishing on day one, and you have a team that is running with the points up front. So
No, it's definitely it's not easy. One thing that we're happy about is that various drivers chose different cars, which we always try to
and they
to
are
put in the
actually,
championship.
yes, and they're actually performing. There is a difference of performance in every single track that it's being used. So you have tracks where the Audis may be a little bit on the upside, other tracks Mercedes. So it's like very balanced out. So we'll definitely see some exciting rounds coming up.
I think we see a difference between the cars in Le Mans,
Yeah.
which is the last round of this championship. Why? Because there's a lot of straights. Then we can identify which car is faster in the straights. But obviously, this comes also from the skill of the driver, because we had some drivers asking us to change the cars, which we have said no since the beginning. Everybody had the time to prepare, to
Yeah.
practice, to test the cars. I think this was, I don't know if there were any other championships who have done any ballast to the cars or any changes.
Yeah.
But from the feedback of various drivers, well-known drivers, they said that they've seen a difference in this championship having different cars competing together,
On the same level.
not just, for example, only Audis. You know, I mean, as our team, Audi was very skeptic about it,
Yeah.
because Audi was always like at the back or try to compete, but it's always at the back of the pack. But as you can see from the previous events, last Saturday event, not last Saturday,
Yeah.
yeah, last Saturday.
Not
Not the last
This
Saturday,
Saturday,
the Saturday before. We have seen that the Audi is very promising for even trying to win this championship, the overall championship. It's good to know that there's a prize pool for this championship, thanks to obviously Enemed and all the supporting
Yeah.
partners in this championship. There's a €1,000 for the first team, €500 for the second team, and the €300 for the third team. This is a team championship, so they have to be aware of each other, because they have to help each other to gain the most points possible.
That's a team. So it always, you know, rolls down to the team, how team works together actually, and to gain most points in every single and every round.
And another thing on the chat, because I'm seeing the chat on Facebook,
Obviously, if you
Miguel,
want to just ask questions, feel free.
always.
We're here to answer. So
Miguel said fuel saving also would be of utmost importance, which is. It
Yeah.
is. Since the first round, as even if in the last round you have seen that the drivers in the rolling start, they were on the 6th gear, so they can
safe you.
save more fuel in order to, although they had to do a pit stop, obviously, in Sebring, obviously, you cannot do a full stint of 2 hours without a pit stop, and also tire wear plays an important role there. So there's a lot of risks in this championship. That's why there is the name Masters. We don't just create a championship and call it Masters with no Masters in it. In fact, we have Masters competing in this championship, and you have to master it. I mean, it's not an easy one, and this is a start of a collaboration with Enemed.
That's right. A lot of things coming up. Hopefully, the coming months. We're in discussions for obviously now 2020.
Of course.
So you'll see something great coming up also.
2020's plans has been going on since this year, obviously,
Yeah.
and even the year before, it was already like a hint about it. We started obviously now working much more in high speed, because 2020 is
Around the corner.
around the corner. And still, we're not ready from 2019. In fact, we have, apart from that, I will explain about that later, about the event. Then we have the next coming up is the V8 Championship in collaboration with Wave Italy. So the qualifiers are still on, so you can register into our website by just going to our website and click on register. Apply for the race, for the qualifying, so you will receive the password by email after I process your application, and then you can connect to the server and do your best time. You have time till the 15th of November, and then we close the server, and then we take the top 20 drivers, and those are the drivers who will be competing in the V8 Championship. And this championship also has a winning prize, which is
Impetus Pro pedals, thanks to Wave Italy, definitely a nice set of pedals. Great to use. It's a 1,500 euro gift prize for the top winner of this championship. So definitely who's going to take them home is going to be happy with it.
yeah.
More
So
questions?
yes, somebody said that I heard Rudy Van Peebles is racing. Well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? There are 3 more rounds coming up.
Yeah.
We have Imola next,
Next Saturday. Yeah.
this coming Saturday. Imola, which is an hour race. So and then we have Zandvoort,
Zandvoort.
and finally Le Mans.
Le Mans.
There are no driver swapping, nothing. Just a 2-hour final race. So a 2-hour
We
stint
will
for each
actually
driver.
announce our winners.
Of
then.
course.
So
So about the championship, yes, we have the V8 Championship coming up. Daryl Bonici, hi guys, thank you, Daryl, for your comments, and obviously, well done to you as well, because you're doing something the same as we do in esports, in general esports. In our case, it's just sim racing, but obviously we can welcome you over here in our studios, and we can talk about also esports in general, because we all here are
yeah.
working into esports. And thanks again for your comment, and we also support you in CEG. So the V8 Championship will be announcing. We will be announcing the V8 Championship according to the dates. The dates are going to be on Tuesdays. So those 20 drivers who qualified to this championship, the races will be on Tuesdays, and roughly around we start around 8:30 CET.
That's right.
Okay, or GMT +1. That's about the V8 Championship. There are around 4 cars to choose from if you haven't registered yet. So you can choose various cars and test it out and check which car is the faster between the others for you. I mean, the cars are all equal, but then it comes up with the setup. So you have to know how to control, how to set up the car, and that's a major role in doing setup preparation for the car. Next topic is about the event coming up in December, and so stay tuned on our Facebook page, where we always launch our events there. The event is going to be in December. I cannot say much because we're still preparing some stuff and finalizing some details and also prizes. It's a special event. It's not a championship. It's a one-off event. I think the last special event
For this year.
And yeah, so stay tuned. Make sure that you like our page and check the notification that you receive the information first, or else you will miss this opportunity, because it's going to be first come, first served. Who applies first will get the chance to compete in this challenge or in this race. So make sure also to follow us on our YouTube, Twitch, and all the other social media,
Facebook.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook always. Facebook is our major platform where we publish all our information. And with regards to offline events, we have hopefully coming the Esports Festival coming up. We have a meeting tomorrow to see how we're going to work together, along with gamers.com.mt.
Yeah.
So for the second year, hopefully we will be organizing another interesting and competitive challenge, which we already have some plans ready to present in our meeting for this festival.
Hopefully everybody will see also our upgraded setup
Yeah,
up to December. We hope,
of course.
because we're still waiting for some things to arrive.
Yeah.
So
Well, always since we started in 2017,
yeah.
we have been always gradually going up, 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 and always going up. I mean, there's always room for improvement. We're not saying we're perfect, but we do our best to
That's
have
always,
professional events, as you have seen now. For those who have been following us for quite some time, our broadcasting is always to the top level, apart from the last two races, which we had some issues, which I am still identifying what is the problem, because we have a good internet connection here, thanks to Melita. So an internet connection is not the issue, hopefully.
Yeah.
So we're checking about hardware, which the hardware is still the same since we had in 2017. So we don't know exactly the problem, but this week we will identify, hopefully, the
We're
problem.
troubleshooting,
We're troubleshooting and testing some stuff. So hopefully, so far the broadcasting seems to be all right,
Okay.
because here always the program, the live show is always good. But when it comes to capturing from the platform, the simulation, something happens which we don't know yet about it. But be rest assured that we will do our best to solve this issue. If I check if there are any questions. Hi, Jason Muscat. On what platform will be special event in December? So the special event in December will be on R Factor 2. I think Jason will enjoy this this announcement, because they are interesting cars to compete in an interesting track.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an easy track, just to be sure about this. So about time, about the cars, about everything, about the weather. So it's something that we have never done.
Yeah.
We have never
Something
seen.
new.
It's something that happened in the past in real life, because I did my research, and I don't know if it happened
It
recently
still
or not.
happens, yeah.
I'm not sure.
We're not sure about that,
But I've seen this happened in long time ago. Long time ago, and it
don't
was
give them
very
too much,
no.
because
It's not
they might start understanding.
they
what
can
it is.
start. So I mean, there are many things that have been happening long time ago. So yes, it's going to be on R Factor 2. Just to let you know, we've
You
been
see,
doing events on R Factor 2 a lot. Obviously, we have good collaboration, good partnership with.
I think the smiley of Jason is up. That it's
Yes, of
Factor
course.
too, so.
We have a good relationship with R Factor 2 and Marcel, and I thank them. Actually, we thank them from
yeah.
the bottom of our heart for their support in what we're doing and believing in what we do. And it's not just about doing events online and that's it. We're working hard for the young drivers, for every sim racer, especially the young drivers, because they are the future of sim racing and motorsport. And companies and R Factor 2 are appreciating what we're doing. So, yeah, the offline event will be in Malta. Yes, of course. The offline event will be on the 13th, 14th, and 15th December. It's the esports festival, the Malta Esports Festival by gamers.com.mt, which we have done last year, it was great.
Yeah, we're gonna start. It's definitely an interesting event. We had good participation.
Of course.
Nice setup. Everybody enjoyed it. You know what I mean. And this year, hopefully, it will only get better.
Just to let you know, the esports festival, when we organize the events at the esports festival, we'll be having races competing against each other, drivers competing against each other. It's not like several events that we have done locally where you have to do your best time and that's it. In the esports festival, we will be having, like as usual, I think 5 simulators where 5 drivers will be competing against each other, and then we'll see the format of the tournament, how it will.
Yeah, it depends on times and time frames we have available. So
Yes.
this is something that will be concluded hopefully this week.
Yep.
And from then we can publish further information. About offline events, definitely we're working also on something for 2020. Quite a few offline events, and this week or next week we're going to start testing on something new also.
Yeah.
But obviously we could just keep it as a
Of course.
teaser. But definitely it has to happen. So we're going to do tests for an offline championship, and we'll be giving more information in the near future. Thanks
well,
also
in the
to,
very near future.
in the very near future.
Yeah.
So
So, yes, we have been planning for a special event and
Not event.
not event, I mean special
Championship.
Not just that, we never forget our country.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing events quite more often in Malta because there are many people who doesn't know nothing about us yet.
Sorry.
We have crashed now. 5 seconds penalty.
5 seconds penalty.
People in Malta, they don't even know about World Pro Racing, unfortunately, because we have been doing many online events and targeting high-level drivers, which you have seen since the 2017
That's
events. But that's why we have mentioned that we have the casual races. They will be held on Wednesdays, which are available for everyone as long as they are clean and do not do any funny,
Silly
things.
things. Let's put it this way,
Because our events, like the GT3 Masters and the casual races, was the difference between them. The GT3 Masters was an invitational for top drivers. Casual races is for everyone, but still monitored and stewarded and monitored by Adrian and the live stewards. So
I'm getting a lot of people hating me. So.
yes, I mean, it's true that the stewards,
No,
know that, not hating actually.
Actually, a lot of people don't hate. Obviously, enough you get complaints or just actually, I never got complaints yet. I just got like, listen, what was the reason? And I give the reason, and obviously enough it's accepted.
That's how you are, and
Yeah.
being called a professional driver. When a driver comes to you, like we have in the GT3 Masters, listen, can I see, or
Can you
can
tell
I
me
know
what is the
why,
reason?
what's
Yeah.
happened, what is the reason?
Unless it is very obvious. you
Yeah,
know
of
what I
course.
mean?
And
So
Adrian publishes the information,
to that particular driver, it's
and
no
that's
problem.
it. There were no, in the GT3 Masters, let's say this one, GT3 Masters, there was not even one single driver complaining about an incident which Adrian decided to give a penalty
And
to somebody.
actually, yeah, some incidents I had to look 1, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, just to decide who's at fault or at majority of fault of that incident, because you have cars moving and all this stuff. So
Yes,
you
we're
need to
moving as
see-
well, 'cause
you're
I'm
moving,
out of the
yes,
picture.
you're out of the picture. So you need to see who did the first move, how was the move, and who actually was the main reason of that particular incident. So sometimes it's not easy, sometimes it's plain and simple, but sometimes yes, it takes time and reviewing. Thanks to our factor, obviously enough, it makes our life also easier.
Yeah,
To
of
give
course.
even live penalties, because you can review definitely live any action happening. So that is definitely a big plus for us that helps us. a lot.
And hopefully, we will start using our replay system. We don't use the R Factor 2 replay system, as sometimes it just stops working, and I hear Adrian, Justin, replay, I cannot watch.
Yeah.
We don't know why it happens.
I found a way around it, but anyway, no.
So we have our professional broadcasting software, which we have to use a replay. It has a replay system. We have bought the necessary equipment to use this, and hopefully one of our helpers will be using this after some training, so we can go over to something that that I didn't show, because I am following the broadcasting according to what the commentators are saying. But if something happens in the background, which I was not on it at that time, the person in charge of the replay system can go into that action, and we can just send it over to my main broadcast PC, and I can show it for you guys to see what happened exactly. Because we are putting up the race control information, and we had comments, I know, and we're sorry for that. That listen, we had to see what happened exactly. So hopefully by this coming race, hopefully, always hopefully, because I cannot say 100%. We have to check that the system is running. Why? Because we have to have a PC running and getting all the information from one PC, and getting also information from Adrian and George's PCs. So we have a camera recording from 3 different systems. In fact, we have got a 1 terabyte SSD drive in order to record all that information, and then the person in charge of the replay system will go and highlight that part and send it over to me This is all technical, but it's enjoyable
It's
to know
something,
what's
yeah,
happening.
definitely. It's we're trying to improve obviously the quality of our broadcast, what we bring to you was the quality, and we had very, very positive feedback on that. But obviously enough, we're gonna enhance your viewership to all this.
Yeah.
So
If you have any questions
I think there is
to
no
ask
queue.
about anything that maybe you would like us to organize, maybe a mod which is interesting and which we don't know about, maybe a mod from Assetto Corsa competizione.
Sure.
There's no mods there, but if you want us to maybe organize an event on Assetto Corsa competizione, which we haven't done yet. Our Factor 2, obviously, we've been doing it quite some time this year. Race Room, as we said, we are trying to communicate and gather the whole community of sim racing. So if there are any people who are interested in getting to know what happens behind the scenes, or maybe you want to be part of the team of World Pro Racing, taking care of servers and whatever we require, because we have quite a lot of things to do during the week, because during the week we always here working and planning on upcoming events. So if there are people interested in being part of World Pro Racing, so far through online, I mean, you don't have to be located here in Malta. So you can contact me at justin@worldproracing.com or adrian@worldproracing.com, or on Discord, our Discord channel, or Facebook, or Twitter, or Twitch, or wherever you want to send us any messages.
That's
But we
right.
prefer on our emails, Justin or Adrian at worldproracing, or
Yeah, so
info at worldproracing, where we receive that email, both of us. Even if you have any comments that you would don't want to say them publicly, but you can send them over to us, and we can consider on your proposal or comment. And we are here. We are not like people who don't take any comments or suggestions. Send them to us, and we do our best to do. Yeah, Automobilista. Automobilista, we have done nothing yet. In fact, we don't have Automobilista in our systems. So, yeah, why not? If we see the demand
Actually, we have
for the race,
everything, but Automobilista we don't have. So.
yeah, the only simulation we don't have. And also, I didn't mention iRacing, which we have to do something, because there's a huge community there as well. So yes, we are planning to do various races along the week, apart from running our simulation center here in Malta, our academy, which will hopefully open very soon, which is the level below us here, below our studio, where we have our simulators, competitions, training, and much more events coming up here locally in Malta. So we have the sim center running here, and where we are here at the moment, we have also the online events running at the same time. So that's why I said we need people who maybe are interested into getting more knowledge about esports, not just being a driver or being a player, but also being behind the scenes, seeing what's going on. If you're interested and you're in Malta and you're interested in getting to know what happens behind the scenes and how we control everything in sim racing in our events, you can come over. Next Saturday we have a race. We have the round 4 of the GT3 Masters. Just contact me or Adrian, and you're welcome to come over here and watch what's happening. You can, if you want, we can assign something to you to do something, just to not be boring, like, oh, okay, you know. But it's quite interesting. Here it will be a bit very not hassling, but hectic, because next to my studio there are Adrian and George doing the stewarding, monitoring the races, and we have to communicate between each other and passing on information. So, well, what happens behind the scenes, you will see it
live here.
Exactly.
Any more questions?
Yes. Thank you, Nathan Vella, who shared the Discord link.
Okay.
So somebody said, what is better than RF2? I think I don't know who that is. I think it's Itamar. if I'm not mistaken, because I cannot understand that language. I haven't tried it yet, so I have to be honest. I haven't tried Automobilista, which I think Automobilista is run on the R Factor 2 game engine, if I'm not mistaken. So
Actually, it's something that I've seen and heard about, but never went into so much into it, that
yeah,
platform.
so if there is the demand, if anybody would like to,
Actually, after the program, I need to look at
Yes.
it now. We need to look at it.
if
so-
you want to create, this is not all. World Pro Racing is not just being a pro, even though hence the name World Pro Racing. We build from our events, we build drivers to become professional, not by we teaching them how to be professional. Let's forget our team that we take care of, that we manage. But in our events, we have Adrian and George, who are licensed FIA stewards, and the race director Adrian, where they lead you to the same penalties, which you can explain. I don't need to explain myself. You
Yeah,
can explain it.
sure. We adopt the same way of penalties and penalties that are actually done in real life. So definitely there we need to we give that experience. It's an experience. You tell me, okay, giving me a penalty is an experience. Yes, definitely it's an experience, because obviously it's a learning curve for everybody. It's a learning curve also for us, because obviously enough we sometimes meet certain situations that obviously are a little bit weird. But bottom
Sometimes I have to even you call me to see certain
just
moves.
to reassure, like what I'm saying is 100%, because you need to be definitely 100% right and with all the drivers and all the penalties you give. But definitely that's an experience for the drivers, because that also makes them understand what they're doing wrong, avoiding mistakes, avoiding incidents, and when the time comes, hopefully to be in real life, definitely that's something will help a lot. Because it is one thing hearing my voice or seeing my penalty, it's another thing being called in, sitting down in front of a panel of stewards and being asked questions, and obviously you need to prove everything. So you try obviously to see, to be like it, to avoid taking that penalty, or else on the other side there might be a team principal or driver, obviously enough, explaining why this happened and why the other driver. So when it's live, it's something different. So like that is even you're prepared for that, for such eventualities, because these things do happen in motorsport. It's not something new, so it happens to professional drivers. So you get experience on that side.
Now, and that's why we are doing the casual races, because there are people who want to just enjoy themselves. They have some free time on a Wednesday and they would like to race and have fun. The casual Wednesdays, we keep them as enjoyable as possible. In fact, sometimes not we close our eyes or we just let it go, that penalty, but we let the driver to enjoy the race. But if there is a penalty that they have to issue or
Yeah, if there is a penalty, we do actually
do
give
it.
the penalty.
yes,
We are like more lenient. More lenient in which way? For example, if normally it's a 5-second penalty, you go down to a 2-second penalty. So that is only the leniency, but the penalty is there. That gives room to the driver to learn. Obviously enough, if it's severe, it has to be like the same penalty, severe penalty. Obviously enough, which in turn teaches also the driver not to make such mistake next time.
to change.
So it's like just a small thing that we might be a little bit lenient, but
penalties are still there.
Rest assured that the penalties are there. And who needs to take the penalty is going to take it.
Something that we have talked about, which I think it's very important for even as World Pro Racing, not to leave out the beginners. Because I mean, one of the reasons we're going to open our sim racing center and academy is to teach young drivers or people who are interested in getting into sim racing by doing these events. So we will be doing events for beginners where we don't even need to do it live. We just have a server, we're still monitoring it, there will still be Adrian monitoring it, but we don't need to do it live. Why? Because they know when I used to play myself and I knew that I was being broadcasted, you will have pressure. just only for that. You know that you're live, so you are very worried that if you do mistakes, people are going to say bad things or they are going to laugh at you. So we're going to avoid that, and we don't do live streaming on that event and leave it just for the fun of it. And if there were mistakes, we inform those drivers and tell them about it. Listen, you have done this for this reason. We have gave you this issue for this reason. That we do also in the pro events. But
That's
still,
right.
for the young drivers, for the beginners, you don't need to be that harsh or else you scare the people away, the drivers away. So what we'll be doing, we're doing events, occasional, actually during the week as well. Listen, we have a server today with these cars. Feel free to join. There are no passwords or this is the password. Just to avoid a huge list of drivers. We limit the number of slots for the drivers. Enjoy it. It will start at 8 p.m. Enjoy the race. There will be somebody monitoring, but there will be no broadcasting, nothing. Why? So you just feel comfortable and you don't need to have that pressure in you, because I know that sim racing is getting very always professional and the pros are getting into it and buying expensive simulation and everything, but we never forget where they started. They started as beginners, and those beginners, we have to lead them there. If they
Everybody
don't
starts
want,
as a beginner,
they
so
don't want to become professionals, just they can keep enjoying themselves
have fun.
and race in our non-broadcasted events. If there are any questions, feel free to ask us. We're not going to wait here and wait
Yeah,
for
that's
questions.
right.
Send
I
us
think.
email info@WordProRacing, Justin or Adrian @WordProRacing. Follow our Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all our social media. We are there, but mostly Facebook is the main platform that we
That's-
use for information, and also our website.
Yeah, that's right. Our website is interesting now to follow, because obviously we're gonna start giving also some tokens
Yes,
and
discount
vouchers.
codes. We have discount codes from GT
discount
Omega,
codes from
Wave Italy.
So very soon
Yes.
they'll be coming up on our website. We would like obviously enough to thank our sponsors that without them, World Pro Racing won't be here. So thanks to Gaming Malta, Visit Malta, Enemed, Melita, GT Omega Racing, R-Factor too, we mentioned him a lot today.
Gamers.
Gamers.com.mt, Sim Racing Limited, definitely a software that's making our life easier. Transport Malta, that were on board with us
For the creation of
Imtahleb.
Yep.
Garmin, and also Student Motorsport. Thanks to these people, we are here. We're bringing you these races, and obviously enough. We have a lot of plans for you for the coming year. It was not easy for us in the past years, but keep on following us, and you won't be disappointed.
Make sure to register on our website, not just by liking on our Facebook page and that's it. Just register as a driver on our website, because I send bulk emails to the registered drivers not to miss the opportunity coming on December. In December we have the special event for those maybe just came now. We have an event which will be publishing very soon, coming up in December, which is very interesting, and it's on first come first serve basis. So make sure to register on our website as a driver, register, create an account there, and yeah,
You'll
wait
be
for our
informed
announcement.
by the our mail shots.
Exactly.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Be with us coming Saturday for the next round of the GT3 Masters. Definitely an interesting round to see. Another interesting round to see. Sunday.
Yes, Sunday we have
the grip.
the last two grip races. Yes, we have. I forgot to mention that. On Saturday we have the fourth round of the GT3 Masters, fueled by Enemed, and Sunday, next day, we have the final two races of the Grip G1 series. What is this series? Grip G1 is a formula car in real life. You can visit their website, grip.com, GRIIP, where there is a 6-round championship in real life, where the real drivers compete on the real tracks, but they have also 6 virtual rounds. And the points of each series, championship, we can call them, the real and the virtual, are combined together, and they can announce the top 3 drivers. So we have 2 races, one on Saturday, the GT3 Masters round 4, and on Sunday, the Grip G1 series, the last 2 races.
Okay, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
See you now,
Saturday.
Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday you'll be again seeing us here for you.
Whether you like it or not.
See you and have
See
a nice
you.
evening.
And you have to switch.
Right.
احنا سħħalsulhom il-fuel. Ara ġej.
Wara ftit ġranet kellna rebbieħ ieħor fil-logħba tagħna kontra 30 sekonda bil-maqlub.
Suqu fuq ir-riserva xejdu le mhix se tieqaf.
Il-ġimgħa d-dieħla nkunu fuq pompa tal-enemed oħra nagħtu xi ħaġa oħra.
I'm Thank you.